This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime. In association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
Hello and welcome. As part of our special focus trying to understand what it means to be an Indian student on a foreign campus, we're at Deakin University in Melbourne in Australia. Let's just try and piece together what the day is in the life of an Indian student here. With me now in just a few moments, Adit Pava and Priyank Jain. Let's just meet them right away. Come on over, guys. Wonderful
Hi,
meeting
nice
you.
meeting
Hi,
you.
hi. Tell me, Adit, for you first, you're of course very young, just out of school, but you also got a 95%. Many would say would have opened doors for you for many of India's top educational
correct.
institutions.
That's
Yet
correct.
you chose to come here.
Yes.
Why?
I heard about Deakin offering sports management, which is obviously not available in India. So I sort of did a little bit of research on sports management, and I really wanted to do this course. And
So
then
it was the course. You were always clear.
one
it was
thing
going
was
to
the
be the
course,
course.
and then Deakin is obviously number 3 in the world in sports management for the course, and then plus on my basis of class 12 marks in cricket, I got the Vice Chancellor 100% scholarship, so that's why I'm here.
Right. And Priyanka, you'd done your undergrad, you had even worked a short stint with NDTV as well in the past. You began with communication, that you were telling me earlier, but then you made the switch.
First thing was undergrad's done, 5 years stint at NDTV, as said. So I thought I had the right age and the energy levels were at the max, and I thought I just
Now or
wanted
never.
to study. No, of course, I wanted to study one more time, and more than anything, for him it was course. For me, it was more about international exposure, getting out of your comfort zone, coming to a country like Australia. Definitely, the education is much better over here, the way it is in India in comparison to India. Plus, and I would also like to say the holistic development that you go through.
What does that mean?
That means you see a lot of people from very diverse cultures, diverse ethnic backgrounds from different countries. I think that is the best form of learning, being with those people, working, studying, eating, sleeping, doing everything that you do over here with those kind of people. That is how you develop.
I guess that's what they mean when they say a global campus, but I'm sure it comes with its own set of challenges, are there?
That's
what
true.
for you has been sort of a challenge in a classroom which is so very mixed?
One thing would be just like getting out, like Priyank said, getting out of your comfort zone, being like a lot younger than he is. So I obviously find it a little more difficult to like just easily go up and talk to people, like randomly say hi and all of that. So that I think is definitely one of the biggest challenges. And then one really big challenge I face here is the food,
I see.
obviously. So the food is like one thing that I really need to learn some cooking.
What about the food makes it so tough? It's supposed to have among the world's best food.
Especially being a bachelor student, I literally don't know anything to cook, and I would really recommend all the international students going abroad to learn cooking and go.
Okay, so I'm sure that there are other little bits of this campus here that you want to show us around and sort of take us through. So let's get started right away.
Sure.
Let's move.
Plus you have a low gymnasium.
Right, so we were talking about food and how it's not always easy to organize your own food, and here we are. Give me a sense of what you guys are usually here. How many times a day do you come here now? Come on, out with it. How much time is spent here?
I would say out of a couple of days out of the week, I'm here for about 4 meals a week.
Well, that's not so bad. That's not so bad.
Deakin has like a lot of cafes here.
Okay.
So this is just one of them.
I see.
So this is like 4 days a week, and then it's evenly spread out
My
between the
favorite
other
is
cafes.
Corner.
Corner
It's a
cafes.
better one. But yeah, this is pretty good as well. So, see, to be honest, depends. It's a huge campus.
Right.
You may have one class here, one
And then
some
it
other
just
lecture
depends,
here.
right.
So it depends on
Tell
your
me one thing,
whereabouts.
usually students from a nationality tend to hang around. There's a certain comfort factor that tends to happen. Do you have to consciously try and break out of it and tell yourselves, No, I mean, it's very easy to make, Indian students will always be your friends. There's always there is a relationship that you already share. So do you have to, we were talking earlier about this whole international experience, but do you have to sort of do you have to sort of remind yourself that, no, come on, let me just try hard and let me sort of expand my boundaries, as it were?
Yes, I mean, initially I would be very honest, it was a struggle to get out of that zone.
Same.
But once you are very confident of what you're doing here, you're confident of the systems out here. To be honest, the initial bit is you're so confused as to what is happening.
Yeah.
They'll throw so much at you in the very beginning. It becomes a little tough to manage all that. But once you're through all of that, you'll definitely make friends from other nationalities, other backgrounds, and that is where the real learning comes in.
Do you have anxious moments when it comes to this? Because you're just 18, like you pointed out earlier, and then here you were, far away from home.
That's correct. Especially like because I'm like much younger than Priyank, so it was like it's like really difficult for me to just like randomly go up to people and just like say hi, and it's being younger it's really hard, but it eventually grows on you, like the place, the people. You eventually start getting like comfortable around people from other nationalities, and then you eventually make friends. Like even for me, like Priyank said, like in the beginning all I had were Indian friends, and then slowly other nationalities.
Which is understandable.
Yes,
Which is just understandable.
That happens.
Tell me one thing, what is the one thing that you are just enjoying most on campus? And what is the one thing that you wish you could change apart from the food?
One thing that I'm enjoying the most is just like the experience of being here, the whole exposure, the experience, the things you go through day-to-day life. Like it's just overwhelming.
What's the one thing that's different?
Definitely interacting with people from all over the world. That's, I think, one of the biggest.
That really stands out for both of you, I think.
Yes. That's really one thing that really stands out.
What about you, Priyank?
What I love about this place, first of all, it's very well located. Melbourne is the most multicultural, multi-ethnic city of Australia, so we're very well placed over here. And the whole experience of coming out here, going to those lectures, studying, and it's obviously all of us very different from India. That is what I like about being on campus.
Do you suddenly feel more responsible, although you're older, than Adit, and he's reminded you that thrice now in the course of the interview. At least thrice I've heard him say. But tell me one thing, do you feel more responsible? Here you are on your own.
You're pretty much responsible for everything that you do out here, right from the morning when you get up. You're responsible for your food, getting yourself ready. You also go out and work. Doesn't matter if you're 18 or 25, you will still be working. Kids out here start working when they're 16 and study. So that is the sort of independence that it brings out in you, and that is what is amazing about here. You take care of yourself all on your own.
What do you miss? Well, what is the one thing that you wish you could change besides the food?
What I could change, to be honest, of course, the only thing that I miss out here is family and friends. But obviously, you make new ones, but you always miss the older ones. I miss you. I miss working at NDTV, is what I can say.
Right answer. He gets 5 extra points for that, despite being older. If you've been trying to get a glimpse into what life on campus is all about, a key part of that is your own personal space, your room where you spend so much time, where hopefully your parents think that you are getting some studies done as well. So here we are, Adit, you're going to take us to the residences.
That's correct.
This is, of course, on campus, and if you're wondering where Priyank's vanished, well, he doesn't stay on campus but off it, which is also an option. But tell me, this is not just for undergrad students. You said it's a mixed accommodation.
So this is like a building. We've got around 400 students here, and from different nationalities and everything, and it's a mix of undergrad and postgrad as well. So and there are 2 types of rooms here. One is the studio room, where you have your own space, like your own bedroom, your own unit. And then you've got the shared unit, where you've got your own bedroom, but you share a common living area, common kitchen, bathroom with 4 other people.
I'm sure that you've cleaned up the space for us, right?
have.
We are not going to see what it actually is for Adit, is it?
Obviously
Come on, then
not.
let's see your clean-up job and what it's been like.
So this is like a whole system.
They decided to drop the L from your name, didn't they,
Yes.
Adil? Interesting. Take us through where we are, what we are seeing.
So these are my housemates. This is Sam.
Okay.
This is Eliza. Those are the washrooms.
Okay.
So we've got 2 washrooms sharing between 5 people. That's Sam.
Hi, Sam. Hi. Sorry for intruding into your space, but you can blame Adil and not us.
Yes,
Well, that's a lovely space,
yes,
I must say.
That's the common kitchen and that's the common living area.
Right. We've been trying to ask him how much of this is actually the way it always is and how much has just been sort of cleaned up in a last minute rush for, because it is remarkably clean.
So this is my room.
Right, so that's your space. Nice colors.
Yes.
Tell me, was this the size of the room at home?
No, the size of the room at home was definitely much bigger.
Okay.
But that's something you have to adjust as you.
Right, right.
Yeah, you do need to adjust.
Right, so what time do you wake up? What is the space all about?
So
We can see the first thing that you see in the morning when you wake up. Well, there's a
Yes,
lot of
that's
sky
the
and
car
some
park.
green and the car park.
Yes, and so we have classes down at that on the second floor of the building also. So this semester I've kept most of my classes here, so I just have to go down, roll up, and just go in my PJs to those classes.
I see. So, and how much time do you sort of actually get to study? Is it the kind of sort of is sports management the kind of subject, or is learning in such a way that you do need to sit down every day, or is it closer to exams or whatever sort of evaluation you have?
So this is sort of like my planner. I usually mark all my assignment due dates here. So usually about
That looks reasonably relaxed.
yes, those are just the assignments.
Right.
So what I usually do is like a week before the assignments, I start doing the assignments, and then obviously sports management isn't something that you have to study every day. It's more sort of you have more pressure on your head during the exams and assignments. So and I personally like can't study with like people around me. Some people like to study with some other one, but I can't do that. I usually study right here. Yeah, so that's about it. So
Right. Right, so now we've got a sneak peek, as it were, into Adil's room and in fact his life here at the Deakin campus in Burwood in Melbourne. Thanks very much for taking our time to speak to us, Adil. And of course, if you're wondering where Priyank is, well, he's not very far. We haven't seen what his rooms are like. He's, of course, off campus. But thanks so much for your time, really. And all the very best, guys. I'm sure that there are all those who want to get this foreign campus experience who will benefit from the thoughts that you've shared with us. Thanks very much. Thanks very much.